What is going on, everyone? Happy Monday, April 6th, 2026. You guys are the special 131 people. 131 people that get to see all about, 32 people. That's what I was waiting for. All about what we're going to show you guys here. Some of you may know who I am. My name is Dustin Mansell. Some of you may have been sent here by somebody else. You don't know who I am. I'm Dustin, live here in Las Vegas. Going to give you a quick little backstory. Going to hand it over to how I got introduced to this whole entire strategy. And then we'll give it over to the man with the plan, Chad, who's going to let you guys know exactly what we do here. So just do me a favor, please, 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 get rid of all distractions. If your dog's barking, close the door, let him outside. You can take some notes if you'd like to. Also, if you're new to what we are going to be talking about right now, don't worry about it. Don't let that frustrate you and be done. Wait till the end. Wait till the whole entire deal. The best person, and Chad will let you know this, that he loves teaching this to is people who have no clue with what's going on right now, because then they have no way to mess it up, right? And I love how he even talks about that. So, anyways, in a minute here, I'm going to introduce you to Nicholas Lau, who has worked closely with my boys. I got two older boys, they're 25 and 22, and they do a lot of stuff in the sports industry. They played sports themselves. They've been working with this for probably about a year-ish, doing certain things. And we had a Zoom and a light bulb clicked, and we're like, we gotta introduce this to everybody. And so that's why we are here right now. Okay. So my kids may or may not be on here. I think Dustin Jr. is on here somewhere, somehow. But either way, I do know that Nicholas Lal is on here. So Nick, you want to jump on and give a little backstory about it, then pass it on over to Chad?
Absolutely. Thanks, Dustin. I appreciate it. All right,
Yep.
everybody. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Nicholas Allen from Dallas, Texas. Uh, last year, I decided I wanted to learn some new skill sets. And one of the skill sets that I picked up, or I should say, one of the things I wanted to do is get back into collectibles, trading cards, and stuff. And the group that I had joined, they had this promotion going on, and they said that, hey, listen, not only are we doing collectibles, but we have this amazing sports betting strategy. That's what caught my attention, because that's something that I have been doing off and on for probably 20 years, probably right out of high school. So that caught my attention. I joined, and as I joined, I found out that the person that was teaching the sports betting, he was actually leaving. He was actually leaving the company to go to another opportunity. I was like, oh, what are the odds that right when I joined this, he's leaving? So I'm going through his videos and I was like, this guy is absolutely phenomenal. I love the way he teaches. I'm retaining the information. It's like I couldn't believe that I hadn't heard about this strategy before, or I hadn't come up with it on my own, because it made so much sense when he taught it. So I reached out to him and I said, hey, I'm new to the community. I understand that you're leaving soon. I'm not sure why you're leaving, but if I could just have 15, 20 minutes of your time, I have some questions about your videos that I watch. He said, sure. We got on a call, explained a few things, and I'm like, this guy is phenomenal. So, being the inquisitive person that I am, I had to ask him. I said, why are you leaving? So so he told me. So I was like, oh, I said, you're starting your own thing. I said, take me with you. I said, it's like, because his videos were so good. I'm like, I have to go wherever you're going. So got to know him better. He took me under his wing, taught me a lot of things that I taught Dustin's boys, things that I taught Dustin. And it was just one of those things that I just wanted to share it. I wasn't even concerned with anything else, but just having fun with my friends, my family. My brother does it as well. So, one thing led to another with Chad's new platform with his partners. Didn't work out there for whatever reason. So Chad was about to go do his own thing. So I reached out to him. I said, hey, would you be open to, working with some other people that, have marketing know-how, that have been around the industry for a while, that can help you really get this off the ground? Said, sure. So got us all on a call with the boys, Dustin, said, hey, listen, we love what you've taught us. you know um, is this something that you want to do with us? And that's pretty much how that all came about. So that's what brought us here today. And what I want to do is just get myself out of the way. I don't want to take any more of the time. I want to bring on the man of the hour, the man with the plan. And this is the person that could really teach you this strategy. And let me tell you this, it does not matter if you don't watch sports, if you don't know anything about sports. This is a man that has taught people that know nothing about sports. He has taught stay at home mom that don't watch sports at all how to generate an extra two, three, $4,000 a month from their home in their spare time without interfering with their daily lives, still able to take the kids to their sporting events, to school, everything they have to do. And it's amazing what he has created. And this is something he learned directly out of high school. And he's just been able to sustain a lot of people with it, along with his family. So, what I'm going to do, get myself out of the way. Chad, are you there, sir? There you are. I see you.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Nicholas, can you hear me?
Yep, you're good, sir. Floor is yours.
Great. Great. Well, thank you for the introduction. As Nicholas mentioned, my name is Chad, and I've been doing this for 20 years. And kind of the same story of Nicholas, I joined the same program. When I joined this program, it was $6,800. It was to buy and flip sports cards, just trying to do an extra side hustle, right? And as I got inside this program, just like kind of any high ticket industry, you don't really know what you don't know, right? But inside there, I streamlined the process and built a data sheet that would help their business. And as I got inside there, I pitched this exact idea to the CEO of this company, right? I said, hey, I got a system or process, or we want to word it, that you don't have to know nothing about sports betting because we're not gambling, we're not arbitrage betting for those of you that mentioned the comments. We're just strictly taking bonuses in sports books, right? But we'll touch on a little further just to get to more of the story. Um, so as I brought this and pitched this idea, I said this would be the best side hustle that anybody could ever do. And we tested on a coach, right? And that coach made $6,000 his first month, and kind of the rest was history. And as we rolled this out, I would work directly with people and the price would actually go up, right? The final price of this program was $10,000 to learn exactly kind of what you're going to get a high level overview in this presentation, right? And as Nicholas mentioned, it was great doing this, but I just want to do my own thing because I thought I could charge a lot less and scale this much further if I had the bandwidth of somehow, right? So that's where we'll show you a little bit, but we created a community to basically teach you how to make money with sports books, right? So I've worked with thousands of people. I've probably been coaching for the past 5 years, been coaching very heavy for the past 3 years, right? And generated millions for clients. Very easy process. Again, my best client is someone that's never bet before because you only know one way. Maybe there's some people in the call that understand betting and understand limits and you know some of those things, and that's something that you don't get done with what I teach in a way. So it's very unique, but it's very easy to learn. And again, anybody can do this. I'm very passionate about this. There is no other side hustle where you can spend 30 minutes to an hour a day and make 2 to 4 grand. You could make 10 grand, right? It just depends on how you want to start out with. But with those numbers are real, and I challenge anybody. And as Nicholas mentioned, I just want to get this out to the world, right? This is something that I think anybody can use an extra couple grand a month, but let alone that, if you know anybody that wants to do this, it's fun, right? You don't have to know anything about sports. It's all part of the learning program, which I'll get in. But that's kind of how this became. And it was really cool because that day I was leaving, Nicholas reached out to me. And, I just left the company just because I wanted to scale this further. And the main focus was sports cards. And I was all good with that. But I just wanted to push this harder because I didn't want to charge $10,000 a person. You don't need to do that, right? That was just for the high ticket one-on-one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share a PowerPoint and try to just paint a high level picture, right? And then we'll go into the community a little bit. But this process that I'm going to share is literally basically the 5-step process needed to kind of understand what we're doing, right? So I'm going to go ahead and share this PowerPoint here. We'll jump right into it. So I call this a profit loop. You know, this is a 5-step process, but we can just fly through this. So number one is get a bonus, right? Number two would be to convert free play. Number three would be to complete rollover. And step four would be to withdraw your money. And step five would be to repeat that process, right? And just to elaborate on each, and this is very high level, but This is how easy it is. And again, there is no other side hustle like this. So, number one, if you're brand new to get a bonus, you basically just deposit money into a sports book, right? You may live in a state that has a FanDuel or DraftKings. I saw someone mention they have they're in Ohio. That's a great state, right? They have a little bit more sports books than someone that's in a Texas, but that doesn't stop you from making bonuses. It's not going to make you any more money. It's going to make someone else. It's just there's different roadmaps, right? But just to get back on the steps here, step one, deposit 200 bucks into a sports book, right? When you sign for these sports books, they're going to just basically give you money. Like, hey, here's $200 of cash to match your bonus, right? Um, Step two is to either convert the free play to cash, or if it's a cash bonus, you don't do anything, right? So as mentioned, if you put $200 in a sports book, right, and they give you $200 of cash, you don't have to convert anything. You literally just doubled your money, right? And for those of you that go to the casino, I just turned 40 on Saturday and got some free play, right? This is free money the sports books give you. So if you know what free play is, it's just that. If you put 200 bucks in a sports book, they're giving you free play, but that's not actual cash, right? So with free play, we use a software in a tool called the promo converter tool, which will convert that free play to cash. So just to give an idea, if you put 200 bucks on a sports book and you get $200 in free play, you're going to make about $100 to $140 of cash, right? Again, just simplifying the process here. Um, next slide talks about a rollover. So some of these sports books, you just can't put money to a sports book and they give you money you can cash out, right? They want you to stay and play a little bit. So with that being said, there's a tool called the low hold tool, and what we do is just deposit them on these sports books, and to complete the rollover, we're placing hedge bets. For example, tonight Michigan's playing UConn at the spread or the money line of that game. You could just place Michigan in one book and UConn another book, and you're hedging your bet and getting to that playthrough requirement. So again, step one is to obtain a bonus. Step two is just to convert that bonus to free play or cash. And step three is to place wagers. This is what you probably will do on a daily basis. It's very repetitive, and it's the same process over and over. And that's like I said, once you learn how to navigate the tool and navigate through a website, just like an online sports book, this burns in your brain because you're doing the same thing over and over, right? We're just placing hedge bets to get through these playthrough requirements. Um, and then after complete, we're just going to basically withdraw our money from these sports books and repeat the process, right? And that's why I call it the profit loop, right? So if you put $100 to $300 in each sports book and just roll it that way, you're just going to continue to take bonuses and move money around. So very high level. We're not gambling. You don't have to know anything about sports. We use a software that gives you all the bets that you could make in a given day. And as long as you have access to the internet, a laptop, and can operate between 8 a.m. Eastern to 10 p.m. Eastern at night, basically when sports are on, even the middle of the night, there's sports to bet on, right? I'm just saying for 30 minutes or an hour of your day, this is by far the easiest side hustle that you could ever imagine. And I'm very passionate about it. Again, I think, fruit's expensive, gas is expensive. Heck, I just went to the grocery store and spent $300, just on just moldy fruit, basically. I tell my wife this, but things are adding up. And I always think anybody could use an extra couple grand. And this is as real as it gets to with that being said, if you never bet on sports or hesitant because you don't know what sports betting is or anything like that, number one, we're not gambling. Number two, with the exception of maybe arbitrage betting where your accounts get limited, this will last a very long time. And in terms of the process and trying to be a professional bettor, but yet like follow the recreational style so you don't get limited these books, it's all built into one, right? So I've worked with thousands of people, know these books inside and out, and that's kind of what you're getting, right? So to talk about the community and really talk about kind of what makes us driven is we have a community built called School, right? This is our community, and as I said, you don't have to know anything about sports books because when you come in, if you don't know what sports betting terminology is, you can come in and watch this video. You can also look at a document, right? So everything is designed to basically be handheld through the system, right? So you're going to come in and watch a subset of videos. And the community, I don't want to touch too much time on because the videos do, but it's driven to the point where when you come in here, you ask a question, you can see someone's talking about a FanDuel bonus. They just give you another 500. And that's what this is. So um, basically, uh, when you come to the program, there's a subset of videos to watch. And then we run right now, currently, it's 2 coaching calls a week. That will change as we scale. But just to give you an idea, you get live coaching with me. And again, I've worked with thousands of people, anywhere from someone that didn't know how to sign up to a sports book to someone that's been betting for years, like myself, right? And the cool thing is there's no other, you know, I could talk to someone that's never bet the sports before, but if you're professional, I can use your lingo too. So what I really thrive about this is if you're in here now and if you have a massive network of people that you could pitch this, great. But if you're in here and not really someone to drive more people into here, you're gonna make money consistently each month. And that's what I'm stressing. Number one, it's really fun. I mean, you can spend as much time and as money as you want to do this to scale it faster. But number two, I mean, there's the community will grow itself, right? So the more people come in, the more we learn, and the more comments come in. It's just a great way to basically learn the ins and outs of what you have to do. But essentially, the biggest key is if you never bet on sports before, you probably will be the best customer because you're only going to learn one way. With that being said, you can use any system you want, but I'm really passionate about teaching people just to make a side income. So if the word sports betting concerns you, please don't let it because this is an easy process, very repetitive and very instructive and informative with that. So um, I don't know if there's any questions. I'm sure there are. I know there's a lot of people. Dustin, I don't know if you want me to say put a one in the chat to maybe get some ideas. I'm sure there's questions or how you want to handle that, or what are your
Let's
thoughts?
jump into, let me go over the price really quick
Yeah, yeah.
and then we'll jump into some questions. And I see that you got a flash flood warning going on in your area, so make sure that you got your pants pulled up, okay? You get caught in the flood. I seen it was like 33 degrees about in your on your screen. I was like, "Oh my goodness." We were just in the
Yeah.
flood before I walked over here. Sorry.
Oh yeah, I'm connecting my phone. It's storming pretty bad here. So if the internet goes out, you guys still have me. So yeah.
All right, cool. Well, thank you for that. As he mentioned, this is for anybody, not just for people who know sports books. This is for people who don't know it either. A little side income without talking to anyone. This is something that special, ladies and gentlemen. You guys can do this without talking to anyone. I started a month ago exactly today. So 4 weeks ago today, and I am up $6,000, right? Well, 4,000. I started with 2,000 and I've already made 4,000. So I'm up 4,000 in 4 weeks. In the first 2 weeks, I putted around. I did not get serious. Now I wake up every morning and I can't wait to jump on and put my hedge, whatever you want to call it, in. I just love seeing it. My favorite part of this is when the Lakers were on last week, I converted a bonus that I had and made like $314 before the game even started. Like the game didn't even start for 4 hours and I already seen that I made 314 bucks. It is that cool, right? So he did show that you can make $2,000 to $4,000. The 2,000 is if you did what I did and didn't really do much with it, right? You didn't really trust it. If you get into this and you learn it, you'll get up to that 4,000 a month. Very, very easy. That's just with $2,000 as well, by the way. If you come in with a bankroll of 10,000, it's going to be a lot more that you can make too. You could also compound it. So you don't take anything out the first month. You could, then the second month, you're going to make a little bit more. You got a little bit more of a bankroll. Okay. There's also a couple different things too. This is available global, available in Canada, US, Mexico, anywhere where there's sports. This is available in anywhere, right? So this is going to be global as well, not just in the US. Every single state. I live in Nevada. Nevada shuts down FanDuels and DraftKings because the casinos want to have all that sports money to themselves. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm able to do it. I've already signed up with 8 books and I've been dealing with, I think, 6 the past 2 weeks with this thing. So it doesn't matter where you live. Texas is where Nicholas lives, and he's the one to give me all the books to sign up with. You could do this anywhere. Okay. So let's get that out the way right now. This happens anywhere that you live that they allow sports betting in that country, right? Obviously, North Korea, no way. Iran, no way. That kind of stuff, right? So, as you guys also heard as well, he was charging people $10,000 to learn this strategy. I know this certain guy that lives in Frisco, Texas, that actually paid $15,000 for this before he got to link up with Chad. Okay. And we're not going to charge you guys that much. Just like Chad said, he didn't want to have it that high of a ticket. So, what we're going to do is in your brain, write down a number right now. What would it be worth for you to make an extra $2,000 to $4,000 a month? What would that be worth to you? Would that be worth paying $10,000 like people have paid? Would that be worth 5,000? Would that be worth 2,000? Would you pay 1,000 for it? What do you guys think? Put in the chat. What do you guys think what would you pay to be able to make $2,000 to $4,000 every single month? Somebody put it in the chat. What would your price be? 15,000 bucks, Nesbitt says. I would too. If I could pay 15,000 right now, then learn how to make $2,000 to $4,000 every month all day long. 5,000 at least, Michael Tharp says. 100%. Okay. Well, I want to let you know that it's not 5,000, it's not 15,000. It is a one-time fee of $997 to learn this. And let me, before you go, you're going to learn how to make $2,000 to $4,000 a month. One, okay. We'll also teach you how to do this with no money out of pocket. All right. This isn't something that you have to wait 4 years to see your returns. You could see something depending on what state you live in, 1 to 2 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks. You could go and use a firm. You could use Klarna. You could use a credit card and make that $997 back before that payment's even due and pay that $997 off. And now you are using house money to do this every single month. All right. Now, there is a monthly to have access to our community. Nicholas himself has been doing this for 6 months, and there still is, I think yesterday, you still had to reach out to Chad with questions. There are certain things that happen where we do need Chad. Chad, the man with the plan, right? And so we charge $197 per month for that. Now, if you're a promoter, if you're somebody's on here that goes, man, I can share this with anyone, right? If it works, which it does work, you're going to get paid for that, right? So it's a $997 setup fee, $197 per month. There's also for the software that we use, it's $250 the first month to use it, and then it goes up to $400 a month. So all in the second month, it'll be about $597 is what you have to pay in order to have this software, and the software saves your butt. If you think you're a know-it-all and you want to go and look up all the lines yourself, I mean, great. But time is money. This will do it in about 30 minutes to an hour using this software to pull all of it for you. That'll be $400 or $597 starting in month 2, right? But you're making 2,000 to 4,000 a month. Why would you not do it? And if you're sharing this with other people, you're making way more than that a month, right? So price $997, $197 per month for LGM. And then $400 for the software that we use. All right. There's also a comp plan that comes with this. So if you're somebody like Michael Tharp that's on here, who probably has a couple guests on here already, or a Peyton who's on here, or a Nesbitt, then what that's going to happen is you're going to now get paid for sharing this. You're going to get paid $250 for every direct person that you sign up. Now, if you bring in 3, it's free. Now you might go, well, 3 times 250 at 750, Dustin. I mean, go back to school, and you're right. But what we're going to do as a company is we're going to give you a rebate for $247 to make up, so you make $997 within the first 30 days. So you got to bring in 3 people the first 30 days, which should be a breeze, and people will do that probably the first couple hours, I would imagine, and then it's free. And then every month, and you get paid 5 levels deep, by the way. All right. And if you want, I'm going to put I'll put a link into the chat, and you guys can take a look at the comp plan. Comp plan's cool. But I can tell you this much, man, like being able to make money, 2,000 to 4,000, if you even start with $2,000 bankroll per month, great. I mean, oh my goodness, right? But if you want to make extra money, we have a comp plan. You do get paid money with the monthly as well. You get, I think, $30 for your number 1, goes all the way down to 5 levels. There's also a bonus pool. So 10% of every dollar that comes into LGM goes into a bonus pool. And depending on how many shares you have, you'll get a share of that bonus pool at the end of the month. That could be 10,000, that could be 100,000, that could be 1,000,000. Depends on how big this gets, how quick and big it gets quickly, and how many shares that you have. Simple stuff. We made it so a 5th grader could understand it. You don't need a PhD to know the comp plan. You definitely don't need a PhD to learn the process that Chad has put together in the back office. So that being said, we'll get into some questions, but make sure you get back to whoever brought you here and ask them for their link. If you were sent an email by myself or a text by myself, you will have an email go out after this call is done. If Dusty, who I just seen pop up here, invited you, which I know some of his buddies are on here as well, I'll get back with Dusty to get his link. Same with Nick, same with Chad, same with Tharp. I'm pretty sure Peyton brought some people on here as well. There's a Chuck Thomas that's on here as well. I know you're bringing some people on. So whoever brought you here, get back with them. They'll get you their link, and let's go ahead and crush this. We'll open it up to some questions now, unless you have anything to add, Nick.
No, if anybody has any questions, there's a react button at the bottom of your Zoom. Just click that react button, raise your hand, and then we'll just call on you one at a time. I'll also go through the chat, and any questions in there, I'll relay to Chad. So,
yep, I do want to say one in the chat really quick. This one from Christine says, "Is it 2 to 4,000 guaranteed?" What we can't guarantee is human error, right? If somebody comes in there and messes something up, we cannot guarantee anything. We could say though, if you're following the process and you don't mess anything up, it's pretty strong chance you're going to make 2 to 4,000 bucks a month. And you also need to do it daily as well. If you take a vacation, then you won't make 2 to 4,000 a month. So we can't guarantee anything because of human error. But as I'm telling you, I've done it personally while I'm running other businesses as well. All right, what do we got, Nick?
all right. So, first question is from Terry. Go ahead, Terry. And then, Dustin, if you want to pick out any questions from the chat, just let me know.
Copy that.
Hi, I put my question in the chat as well. But when you say 2 to 4,000 monthly, if you bring on someone like, or if I were to say not to refer anybody, is there still potential to make more than that? Like, am I capped at 2 to 4,000 if I don't refer, or is there still potential to make more than the 4,000 even if I don't bring anybody in?
Chad.
Yeah. Oh, so to answer your question, the 2 to 4,000, just the average you're probably going to make betting. And to be quite honest, there's a lot of questions around that number. That number is, you could make 10 grand your first month if you start with 10, but that 2 to 4K is around the betting side. So were you asking about how many people bringing into the community as a referral, just so we can get that clear as all?
I don't know. I think they're asking the question, if they don't refer anyone, is they're capped at 2 to 4,000 a month, which is not.
So, I think,
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yep, not at all. No, no, that number is that's just an average number to throw out there. You could, like I said, when you come in here, if you said I'm gonna just take $10,000 and invest in these sports books, you're gonna pretty much can double your money, right? Just there's a learning curve, and I don't want someone coming in here and just injecting a bunch of money. But to answer your question, it's the ability to learn it and just kind of letting the bets play out. You may make 10 grand one month, you may make 3 grand. I'm just using a historical average of that. You're not capped at all. Nope.
Yeah. Amazing. Without sharing with anyone, you can make that much money per month.
yeah. So, we just want to make that clear. Recruiting is optional.
Yep.
If all you just wanted to do was just play the games and make a little supplemental income, you can. So, like Dusty, for example, his friends in college and stuff, this can help pay all of their bills. Would you say, Dusty?
Oh, 100%. I mean, in college, if I had something bringing me in 2 to 4,000 extra a month, I was I was doing well in my town. So 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like I said, especially younger generation, this stuff is almost like a video game for them. And once they wrap their head around it, it will help them pay their way through college. It'll help them pay their car note and whatever else they need. So, like I said, this is something that can definitely change a lot of lives. Dustin, did you see any questions in the chat?
The replay, a lot of people, some people came in a little bit late. Some people are asking for the replay. We will get this wrapped up. I'll get it onto a replay and I'll send it out in an email and on a text. And if somebody else brought you, they'll have that replay too to send to you guys. And then Kurt Ingram says, is there a $400, is the $400 piece monthly or one time? So that's a monthly. So it's $400 a month for the software. Which normally, by the way, is about $500 to $600. Chad, is that what the software? But we cut a deal to make it $400, right?
Yeah. So publicly, it's $5.99. Sometimes it's $4.99, but we got it down to $2.49 the first month, and then after that, it's $3.99, as you mentioned, Dustin. So
Correct. Yeah. So we got you guys hooked up that way. But as I mentioned, that tool is gonna help you make that 2 to 4,000 or more per month, and it's also time. It saves time. Time is money. Like
And Chad,
literally.
we have a yearly option too that saves them even more.
yeah. So if you want to pay for the yearly part of OddsJam, it's definitely the best approach because you're saving quite a bit of money. I have to double check what that number is, but it's about 30% or 40% off, right,
Yeah, I
Nicholas? I
think
have
it
to
was like
double check
16
that.
something. But yeah, it's a substantial savings if you pay for the whole year in advance.
Yeah, it's like $2,400, I believe. I have to double check that in the checkout cart, but it's a substantial savings, yeah.
Yep. All right, a couple other questions in here. It says, is it Monday through Friday considered daily or weekends too? It's Monday through Sunday. Sundays, what I've gotten so far are cool. The ones where the games start early is my favorite ones because I jump on and get those games out the way, and then half during the day I recycle that money into the night games. I was telling that to Chad. I think yesterday, right, Chad, on a text message, like, "Hey, you guys fooled me. You said half an hour, but I'm having so much fun. I just recycling the money, and I can't get enough of this dang thing." And he started laughing about it. So you could, yeah, Monday through Friday, 24/7, really.
Yeah.
What else do we got? Is it accurate to say the amount you can make is based off how quickly you learn the system and then your bankroll? What do you think, Chad?
Yeah, I mean, again, if you're in a state that has a FanDuel or DraftKings, you never signed for those sports books before, they don't have any of those rollover playthrough requirements, so you can make money a little faster. But that being said, if you have 10 grand to start with, yes, you could expect to double that your first month, because you have a bigger bankroll. If you have 2 grand to start with, you could still easily make $4,000 or $5,000, right? The point is we're putting the money in, we're hitting these playthrough requirements, withdrawing the money and reinvesting. So it's not that you're going to make more money than me down the road. It's just you're going to make more money quicker. So you're scaling your bankroll quicker. And that's what it is. Again, whatever your comfort level is, a lot of people start between 2 to 5 grand and then they find a bunch of money to pump in here because once you realize what you're doing and understand it, again, it's almost one of those too good to be true moments. But it's not. It's just again, it's the best side hustle I can think of, and it's just, there's no cap to it, right? There are some people that are making 40, $50,000 from doing this with multiple accounts. Again, I'm not promoting it, but you see the skill set someone did to push it further. So, yeah,
Yep.
and again, this is not gambling. We don't care who wins or loses. We're just hedging our bets and playing the game to get through these playthroughs and just going through the process.
Yep, 100%. Christian says, can you explain the cost again, both one-time costs and monthly? Yes. This is $9.97 setup fee to get started, which you could do no money out of pocket with a firm or Klarna or some other pay later, whatever one that you use, or a credit card, because within 2 to 4 weeks, you should get your money back anyways to pay off your entry. And then it's $197 per month to stay active with us here with our software that we have. And then it will be $400 a month. So the first month, so the first 30 days is 249 for the software. All right. So it's basically 987 plus 249 is what it is out of pocket. Then starting month two, it'll be $400 a month for that software is what the fees are.
So, Dustin, I was thinking, can Michael come on for a few minutes? Somebody that has just started.
Yeah.
Michael, do you mind coming on?
Michael, you available to come on, Tharp?
Kind of give your
Yes, you
experience.
literally just read my mind.
Yes.
I
All
do that
right.
every once in a while.
No, I just want to say shout out to Dustin. I've known him for about 3 or 4 years, and he kind of hooked me up with some early access. And guys, it's been a blast. Made about 4 to 5 grand in the last 2 weeks. Literally just got my link today. So that was all from not sharing. I do understand sports. I like sports, but again, I was a teacher for 17 years. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to help the whole community win, no matter who you sign up with. So I think anyone can do this from anywhere in the world. I think it is the ultimate side hustle. I've been in the networking space for a while and have had success. But again, I was looking for something when Dustin called me. I was literally praying about it of I want something where I'm not dependent on my, the person I brought in keeping their auto ship order or the government not suing my company or the company deciding they're going to go affiliate model versus traditional networking. So this is just absolutely amazing. I think it's going to help a ton of people. So I'm excited to launch with this with you guys. And I will say, even though I kind of knew about sports when I got in, Chad was amazing. I mean, our messages in school, I mean, we were going back and forth and I could just tell he really has that passion to really help people and educate them to really change their lives. Because in this economy, 4 to 5 grand a month is massive with everything that's going on. So happy to help launch this and grow with it, and looking forward to helping everyone in the community.
Awesome stuff, man. Awesome stuff. All right, so really quick, then we'll get to Joe. He has his hand raised, but let's payouts. Okay. I seen of the payouts. The payouts are in crypto. So if you don't have a Coinbase account, we do have options in our LGM back office. So you can create Coinbase. You can do whatever you want to. They pay out in Bitcoin. I got my payouts in Litecoin. And it's within 24 hours is how they accept it. So as far as taxes goes, you have to talk to your tax advisor on how you report those. I know certain people have different wallets that they have that are offshore that don't do taxes, but that's up to you guys. But they do pay out in crypto. And some books, do they give better bonuses when you pay in with crypto too, Chad?
Yeah, yeah, in fact, some books are, yeah, crypto is just the easiest way to get money in out of the sports books in the global world. But they do offer more bonuses using crypto than credit card. So, credit card's another payment option, but crypto is the best form of payment. If you don't know anything about crypto inside the community, there's step-by-step videos to show how to use it. Again, it's not hard. That's kind of, it can sound scary, but crypto is the best option in the global books.
Yes. Okay. All right, then Joe, and I just put in the chat the breakdown of the startup fees so you guys can see it. And I'll also share my screen in a minute and show you guys what to do, how to use the Affirm and pick and choose which one to pick to pay as well. But Joe, while I get that ready, Joe, go for it, brother. You got your hand raised.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah,
I
but
can hear
can't
you
see
now.
you, but go ahead.
Great. I'm in Florida, so for, you know, US sports books, I'm limited or really have nothing because Hard Rock has a monopoly on it. So I would probably have to be doing offshore books and but it works just as well with offshore books.
Yeah, yeah. So just to paint a perspective, Hard Rock has a small bonus, and if you're in a state like Michigan, they have a lot of welcome bonuses. Once those bonuses go away, there is no reload bonuses. It's kind of rare. Some come and go, but in the global world, there's tons of reloads. So that's kind of the offshore books is where we make our consistent money because, hey, Dustin, sorry you lost $500 last week. Here's another bonus. Come on back, right? So being in Florida, Texas, it doesn't matter. That's where all the money is made. So you're perfectly fine.
Great. Okay, thanks a lot.
Yeah, no problem. Great
No
question.
All right, I'm going to share my screen real quick and show you guys how to, when you guys do create an account, what to do. So back in here, after you create an account, it's going to take you to your payment, and you'll be able to pay with a debit card. And what the debit card does is actually turns it into crypto, and you could pay with crypto to get into us, into LGM. You can also pay with credit card or debit card with this way as well. It works for both. It's just we put credit card on there because it's usually how the fees come out with credit cards, and then pay over time. So you can click right here to pay over time. It'll take you to another page that shows you exactly what to do with the firm, with Zip and Klarna. Basically go through and you create, it'll give you a virtual card that you'll use, and you'll come back in here and pay with the card and put your information in, and you are on your way. Now, I was hoping that we had some good news here. And I don't know if it's here yet, but starting probably tomorrow, we're going to give you guys a discount for paying with crypto. It's not there quite yet. But if you guys want to get in tonight, then you're gonna have to pay whatever fee it is with crypto, which is no transaction fees as far as that goes, and then or pay with credit card, or use a firm and Klarna, and then in 2 to 4 weeks come back and pay off Klarna and firm, and you basically got this thing for free because you've gotten free money from the books anyways. And then I also sent the link in there for the comp plan. You guys could take a look at that comp plan in here. You could also, if you're a builder, you come in here and see, okay, well, I could share this with 10 people the first month, and I'll probably get, 5 people the second month. And this will tell you, if one out of those 10 are builders as well, this will tell you what to expect to make the first month as far as sharing LGM. This will show you what you would make the second month, so on and so forth. Maybe if you have a lot of builders that you're bringing in and you think that 1 out of 5 people are going to build, this will explain to you a little bit more how you'll make because you get paid 5 levels deep, as you can tell right here. So go in there, play around with a little bit, get excited. One of the big things that people say all the time is, I'm not going to share this with anyone until I'm making money. And you should be able to share this with people within 1 to 2 weeks in most states, and start sharing the heck out of this bad boy. Any other questions, Nick?
I don't see any questions. If anybody has any questions, feel free to raise your hand. You just click the react button at the bottom of your Zoom and then
Looks
click.
like it looks like Chad's answering some of these, but Deborah's asking, do you alert us of games or how does that work? No, we don't give signals. It's none of that stuff. You get that software, put what books that you're using, it'll spit out where to where
Oh,
to
yeah. So Dustin, let me clarify this for people. It doesn't matter who wins the game, right?
Okay.
All you're doing is converting out your bonuses. So you're essentially just moving money around, hitting the rollovers. So, like it's not a signal service. That's not what we're doing here. You have the software. The software will tell you what the matchups are. You pick whichever matchups you want. The only thing that Chad will advise you is try to pick the games where you lose the lowest amount because you want to try to preserve your money as much as possible. You don't want to take big discrepancies. That's all taught in the academy. He'll go over all of that. Okay, we
Yeah.
got a question. We've got a question here from Kelvin. So go ahead, Kelvin.
Go for it, Calvin.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? I just had a quick question. So I just want to get like a minimum amount I need. So I know it's 1,000 to start with 997. Then the first month, the software is 297, and then I'm gonna need money to gamble. I've been hearing the 2,000. Is that like the minimal amount that I should probably start with? About 2,000 when it come times to with the doing this.
For the books. For the
Yeah,
books, you're saying, right? Yeah.
yeah, good
Okay,
question. Calvin, what state you from?
I'm in Texas, man.
Texas, yeah. Yeah, 2 grand's a good number. You can if you start with $2,000, that's a great number to start with. I would say that probably would have been anywhere between 1 and 2 grand, but the average person that's never done this before starts with between 2 and 4 grand, right? Just to give you an idea. So it doesn't matter what you start with, you have to learn this, right? You are betting real money.
Right.
Then you become more comfortable. You may say, hey, I got another grand, Chad. What should I do with it? I'll tell you to put in this book because of what bonus and you make more, right? So it's a comfort level, is all. It's good.
Okay. All right, cool. Thank you, Chad.
Yeah, no problem.
What I would do personally is I would use a firm to pay, no money out of pocket right now. I would use $2,000 out of my bank, start doing it in 2 to 4 weeks. The winnings that I get pay off a firm, and now I'm with house money. That's what I would do if I started doing this, with the Affirm and the Klarna. So when you say side hustle, is this something that could be a full-time gig, Chad?
Yeah, that's a great question. I was going to try to answer that, but Christy, I'm glad Dustin read that out because it's kind of twofold. Yeah, I have people that do this all day, every day, make a lot of money. When I say side hustle, we're talking bonuses, and you mentioned sweepstakes, and entertainment purposes. What I didn't tell you is that there's an art and a science to this. Basically the science is trust the software, trust the math, and place your bets. The art is we have to look like a recreational bettor to not get limited in the sports books, right? However, I make it very easy because you're like, oh no, I don't know what that means. I'm just saying stick to main markets. So if you're better on here and you're being limited, it's because you're picking off closing line value. So there's a subset of markets and filters we have you bet. So basically, you'll be taking the Packers in one sports book and the Lions in the other. So could you run out of bonuses or could you become limited down the road? Yes. So therefore, it may be more challenging to make this a full-time career, but there are loopholes around that. So it's kind of twofold, right? I mean, you could sit here all day, every day and bet, and make a substantial amount of money, right? I mean, if you're someone Uber driving, making a couple grand a month, you could do this and probably make a little more. Again, I'm not trying to go down that route, but it's up to you how you want to handle that. So some people have never bet before and they scale this and quit their jobs and do this full time. I'm not saying that's going to be you. I'm just saying that is a possibility how deep you take it. But you're not just making a couple $100 a month. You're making a few grand, right? So there's a big difference. So you could, I just like to say side hustle because I don't encourage anybody to quit their job for this. But that being said, you will know if that's time it's right for you. And we can have those conversations on a call before. It gets asked all the time. It's just, I wouldn't say, yes, jump in, quit your job, right? Because there are some variables, but you'll make a significant amount of money. That's my honest advice.
We'll do a couple more questions and we'll get out of here. The game's about to start. So do you have a large list of books that people could use if they're international?
Yeah, good question. Yep, we have a list of global books we use, and if you're in Australia or Canada, there's a much more books. There's certain websites that show you your list and everything. So that is all inside the community. The answer is yes.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. What about if I'm in Vegas and I wanted to go drive down an hour and a half to um, Kingman, we'll just say, which is in Arizona. Could I go there and use DraftKings and FanDuel and then come back
Thousand
up?
percent, 1000%. Arizona is the second best state with the most signups. Just to put it perspective, if you're in Arizona, you can start with a couple grand. You're usually going to make 2 to 4 grand in 2 weeks. There's no rollovers. It is the absolute easiest. If I go to the bar and joke and pull my phone and say I can make 750 in 5 minutes, I can make 750 in 5 minutes with BetMGM Grand, right? I'm not joking. So by all means, awesome
Crazy.
question, Dustin.
Crazy, crazy. Yeah, Izzy, it is very limited in Nevada, and there's a lady. She might be on here. I don't know if you see a Ellie on here or not, but she's the mother of one of Bashy's teammates, and she works for like she does all the lines, right? And I go, yeah, I got this cool strategy. She goes, yeah, but I've already had all the sports books. I go, what? Have you had this? She goes, no. I go, yeah. And she's like, well, give me more information. So we are limited here, but at the same time we're not. Like I got 8 that I'm looking at right now on my other screen that I'm using right now, back and forth. So it's pretty good stuff. Everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. You don't even have to put your state in there. Every single state, it's available. Every state.
Yep.
You don't have to. Is it Minnesota? Is this? It's at every single state. It's available, including Nevada, which is hard, including Arizona or Texas, which is hard. Right? If you live in Arizona, you got one up on us. So Peyton, if you're on here, you got one up on us already. And if you live up in the Northeast, New York, Connecticut, that area, you also got one up on people like me in Nevada too, because you guys have DraftKings and FanDuel to get your money back even quicker.
Dustin, you already answered the Canada question.
Yeah,
Okay.
everywhere, everywhere. California, yes. Even in Catalina Island, it's available in California.
Yep.
Yeah. So, all right, cool. Well, I love it, guys. And it's exciting. It's exciting to be able to wake up and be excited. And I'm excited to wake up and put these plays in. Excited to have this and introduce it to you guys and gals. You guys look for an email for me if you got here because of me. Look for a text if Dusty brought you here. Same thing with Nick. Same thing with Chad. If anybody else, I know Tharp brought some people on here too. They'll start giving you guys the links, and you guys are the first ones to learn about this. Before we go, I want to end on one thing. Don't go tomorrow and talk to your coworker about it or your next door neighbor about it and have them shut you down and make you think negative about it when they weren't on this call, right? This is real stuff right here. There would be nothing that we would show you guys that is fake, that we're lying to you guys. This is a real deal Holyfield stuff right here. Go and sign up as soon as possible. Start getting your books going. Start putting some plays in. Don't let somebody else tell you no that hasn't seen the presentation that we showed you guys right now. All right. That being said, we hope to see you guys.
So one more thing, Dustin, just
Yep.
because I've seen the question a lot, I want people to understand this is worldwide. This is not just a United States thing, Canada thing. This is worldwide. This is huge in Europe. It's huge in Australia. You can build a global empire.
You definitely could.
And one last thing for anybody that does sign up tonight, usually the coaching calls are designed on Monday and Thursday. I'll run a special intro for the founders just signing up right now, and we can go as late as you want, starting at 8 p.m. So what I'm saying is, you want to sit in that call and ask me every single question, go for it. I love it. Go through the community and watch it. So tomorrow at 8 p.m., whoever signs up, there'll be an additional call inside the school community. If you join, pop a question, we'll get the ball rolling for you. So just want to honor that to everybody in this call.
I got a second one here if you guys don't mind. You can tell me no if you want to as well. But there's a 199 that we use annually to become the affiliate license. What do you say that we waive that for everybody who signs up tonight?
I love it.
So anybody who signs up tonight will waive the 199 affiliate fee to sign up to share this. That means you'll get all the capture pages, the landing pages, everything in the back for free if you guys sign up by tonight. So get that. We'll get those links out to you guys. I should see an update for the discount with crypto tonight. I see the developers texting me as we're on this call. But let's get it going, guys and gals. And great seeing you guys. And the replay will come out soon as well. Chad, you killed it. Nick, you killed it. Dusty, you look beautiful as always. I love your nose and your ears. You must get them from someone. All right. Love you guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye
Yeah.
bye.
Bye.